Hey there, this is Tom Leonard. I'm talking to you from Burbank, California. I appreciate you taking a little bit of time here to learn about retention marketing. I appreciate everyone spending a little bit of time here this evening. So let's get started. So today I want to talk about how personal trainers and other health industry entrepreneurs, you know who you are, can use online strategies to increase your client retention in their offline business. So the first thing to do is ask yourself, do any of these relate to you? You might see others building a huge business with massive retention, but you aren't sure how they do it. Maybe you want to spend more time working with existing clients than always spending time looking for the next one. Maybe if you had a way to keep your clients, even for just 1 month each, one more month each, it would radically change your business. Maybe you know the power of online marketing and social media, but you really haven't been successful in using it yet to retain clients. And maybe you're ready to build a real business like so many others have, if you have a proven strategy that just plain works. Here's my official promise to you. I promise to share with you the exact retention strategies that have allowed others just like you to build a real business using online marketing strategies in their offline business without losing focus on why you're in the business to begin with, to help people lead a better, a healthier life. I promise by the end of this webinar to allow you to be able to implement these exact strategies yourself within 96 hours of this webinar. This is really an action. I'm going to give you strategies that you can implement right away. People who are successful are implementers. I promise to show you how these strategies will allow you to start increasing your retention in your existing business or to help you start a new one. And finally, I promise you how to take control of your time and to provide you with the ability to create a business that you've always wanted and the peace of mind that comes with it. Now, is that a bold promise? Of course it is. And I will keep it. Here's a picture of me. This was last year, sitting in a brand new Tesla, not mine, but a relative's. And those are amazing cars, and I will own one someday. I've been in online marketing for a while. I was recently one of the social media award recipients in 2014 for the 100-Day Biz Builder Challenge with 2 other people. It was an amazing group of people, and I learned a lot, and I was able to accomplish a lot with social media. A little bit more about me. I grew up in a small town in Wyoming. That's actually a picture of the main street on a busy day. Now I live in Southern California. That's a picture of the freeway with hardly any cars on it, which is unusual. I live here in Burbank, fairly close to Walt Disney Studios, Warner Brothers, NBC. Everything is kind of in the neighborhood here. Now, between Wyoming and Southern California, I joined the Peace Corps. One of the many things I did, I joined the Peace Corps. I was 2 years in Fiji in the South Pacific, not exactly a hardship location. Now, after Fiji, I came back and went to the Stanford Graduate School of Business, got an MBA. After that, I went to finance and marketing, mainly for large companies that you know of. AOL, I worked at Netflix, worked at Warner Brothers, worked in the finance and marketing group for these companies. I've also been an entrepreneur working in affiliate marketing, pay-per-click marketing, and email marketing using tools such as Google AdWords. Now, I've got some people to say some nice things about me. One of the things, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here, but I just wanted to show you that in my network marketing, my online marketing work, I have a lot of people who have been successful with the types of things that I have been promoting, not necessarily just this webinar here. I also have a couple of videos. I will not make you watch these videos, but I have video testimonials too on some of my social media programs that have helped other people build their business. Now, was I always successful at this? Of course not. At the beginning, you're always like, what's success? And I guess I'm not sure I've got success spelled properly there. But at the beginning, it's like, what success did I have? Well, everyone has to start from somewhere. And usually someplace everyone starts is from a feeling of frustration. You see other people doing it, and you're thinking, why can't I? That's what I want to show you here today, that there is a solution. There is a solution right, probably in your hand right now with your smartphone, for you to be able to build retention in your health-related business. So what is all this stuff? What all this stuff really means and why you should be excited today. One of the pain points may be you're confused about what direction to go in building retention. You understand that retention is important, but you're not quite sure how to build it. The positive trait is that you're simply trying to find out what business strategy is the best fit for you. You're out there, you're on this webinar. You are looking for ways to build your business. That's a very positive thing. Another pain point may be that you feel like you're wasting a lot of time online with no results. The positive side of this is you're willing to sacrifice for your business and your future. You're willing to spend the time. You just might need some direction on where to spend the time more wisely. Another pain point for all of us is always information overload. But the positive trait to that is you're a sponge and you want to learn. You're here on this webinar. You want to learn, and you're a sponge that wants to learn and will have the knowledge to use when the right opportunity comes along. Another pain point may be that you want to make a real impact in the life of your clients, but you're not as successful as you would like. The positive trait is that you want the best for your clients, and you will work hard to make that happen. Now, who's this webinar for? It's for fitness and personal trainers. It's for gym owners, massage therapists, chiropractors, physical therapists, basically any health industry entrepreneur interested in truly making an impact on their clients' health and well-being. Online marketing strategies have worked for the largest players out there. I showed you some of the ones that I worked for and learned from, but they also work for the smaller guys as well. Now let's talk for a minute about why retention. Obviously, the reason to work on retention, on keeping your clients with you longer, is that it is easier to develop a successful business by keeping those existing customers rather than always looking for a new one. It takes a lot of your time and your effort. Now, am I saying that acquiring customers is not important? Of course not. But that's a topic for an entire separate webinar. We're going to be talking about retention, because retention, this is a big deal. Now, why go online for an offline business? Now, some of you may be running part of your business online, and that's happening more and more over time. But if you have an online business, if you have a gym that you work with people in, if you have a massage therapy, if you have a spa, if you have a retail location where people are coming and you are working with them, if you have an offline business, why is it important to be online? One of the reasons is people are online more than ever. Why is that? It's the ease of use. It's very easy to be online. It's not easy to not be online. Accessibility. Everyone, like I said, everyone has a smartphone, everyone has a computer. So the accessibility of being online is incredible. Habit. People are online by habit. So rather than try to go where people, try to encourage people to go someplace where they're not, go to where they are. And by habit, people are online. And everyone is online. There's very few clients that you have that don't have access to the tools that we're going to be talking about. And there's a lot of people these days who grew up not knowing any different. Hard to believe, but there are people who, for some of us, but there are a lot of people that grew up never knowing that there was anything other than being online. So people are online more than ever, so go where the people are. Now, why should you be using online marketing techniques in building your business? First of all, it builds your authority. If you have an online presence, it's going to make your clients, make your customers feel like you know what you're doing, and it's going to build your online authority, but also your offline authority as well. It's going to set you apart from a lot of people that are doing the same exact thing that you're doing that are not using online marketing techniques to build their business. So it can help set you apart. It can also lighten the workload, especially for repetitive tasks, if you can use online marketing techniques. And also, online marketing can be personal in its own way. Now, is this saying that it will replace being in front of people? Of course not. But it can be personalized in a way that it can seem to come directly from you. Now, what kind of content, what kind of online content drives retention? The types of content is going to be inspiration. You always get motivational Mondays or follow Fridays on Twitter. Inspiration, where people are inspiring people to lead a more healthy life. Reminders, appointment reminders, session reminders, class reminders. Fitness information is another type of content that drives retention. If people are continually looking at fitness information, nutrition and lifestyle information that you are putting out there in front of them, they're going to be more invested in the process, and they're going to be with you longer. You can also give rewards. You can give recognition. Recognition may be a better term than rewards. Give rewards, recognition to people for achievement in making their life healthier. So this is the kind of content that can drive retention. Now, the 8 online strategies that I promised to talk about here. First one, email, by far the most important one. What you can do with email is you can set up an introductory series of emails that go out. Someone signs up with you, boom, first thing they do is you grab their email address and they get an introduction email to you with all your contact information, all the important information you want them to have at their disposal to build that relationship. So you want to get their email address. You want to start sending them some introduction emails. Now, obviously, it doesn't have to be a lot of emails, but just 2 or 3 to introduce you more to them, particularly if they're a new client. Now, you also want follow-up emails. So you want to be able to send out automated emails that follow up with people to remind them of things. So follow-up emails is another great use of an email program. You can have motivation emails, Monday motivation email blasts, or what about Sunday night? So people are already starting to think of how they're going to lead a more healthy life this coming week because you are in their life. Also, appointment reminders. Really easy to set up appointment reminders in email. People check their email probably more than anything else out there. So you're always going to be able to be in front of people all the time. What are the strengths of email? First of all, it covers all the different categories: inspiration, reminders, fitness, lifestyle, recognition, rewards. Any kind of information can be put out in an email message. Now, email can also be automated and adjusted as needed. Now, reminders take a little more work, appointment reminders, because that has to be personalized, but there are ways that you can do that as well. There's some automation programs out there that can do that. And the other thing is that another strength is that, like I said before, everyone uses email. People are checking their email constantly, which means you always have the opportunity to be in front of them. Now, for the resources required to do email, it can be time consuming to set up for the first time, but then it's pretty much on autopilot. You can set up your, you can have a system, a platform, and I'm not trying to sell you a particular platform here, but you can set up a program that sends out automatic email. So once you have your autoresponder set up to start talking to people, it's on autopilot. So you don't have to be in there every day sending out emails. Doesn't mean you don't want to be sending out emails, but you can have a dedicated program that makes people feel like you are interested in their well-being. Strategy number 2, texting. Now, texting is a little different than email in that texting, people check text even more, but you can't really send out texts the same way that you can send out emails. So texting is much more personal. It can be motivational, but it's a little tougher to automate. You also have to use it pretty sparingly. You can send people a lot of email. You know, I'm not saying spam them to death, but you can send multiple messages to people over time, and they feel like it's a conversation, it's a dialogue. But with texting, you have to be careful, or people are going to turn it off. People are not going to opt into getting your text. One of the best uses for texting is for appointment reminders, to send out a automated message to people that they opt in for. you're not spamming people. They ask to have these reminders sent to them so that those appointment reminders can show up in their as a text message, and your the number of missed appointments is going to go down. Missed sessions is going to go down tremendously. Now, you can also use automation here whenever it's possible. The strengths of texting. Texting is really, really good for reminders. It can be used some for motivation and recognition, but reminders are going to be the real reason to develop a good texting program. The other thing is almost everyone uses text. Very few people that don't use text on their smartphone these days. It's not quite as universal as email, and some people may not want to opt in, and that's okay. Again, anything that you're doing here, you want people to feel like they have a choice on receiving your messages or not. Now, if they're serious in working with you, they want to hear from you. They've already signed up with you. You're already an authority in the world of health and fitness for them. So they want to hear from you. So, but with texting, you have to be careful that not to send out too many or people are going to opt out. Now, the resources required here, less automation available than with email. Email is very easy to set up some autoresponders. But with texting, it's a little more complicated to set up the automation. But there are programs out there that will allow you to send out automatic appointment, automatic class session reminders. Strategy number 3, blogging. Now, if you're rolling your eyes, don't. Blogging can be really important because blogging can be the hub of the contact for your content and for information. So think of, you can promote, all the other forms of contact and content on your blog. So your blog is kind of the one place that you can put all of your content for people to access. Now, multiple types of content can be presented. That's the great thing about a blog. With a blog, you can set it up. You can do videos. You can do blog postings. You can do links to other information, other people's information. You don't have to create everything yourself. You just have to be a resource that people go to for valuable information that can help them in their lives. So you can have multiple types of content. Now, the strengths, you own the content. No one can shut you down because it's your blog. For example, if you're on YouTube, if you have a YouTube channel, for whatever reason, someone can flag you and you can be booted off of YouTube. You can be booted off Twitter, Facebook, any kind of social media can boot you. So, but with blogging, the content there, you own the content. Now, again, I'm not talking about times when you're referencing other people's content, but you own the website. So it's not going to go away unless you want it to go away. Now, constant updating of your content provides current content. It's really important that you look like you are up to date. If you have a blog and there hasn't been a post for 2 months, people aren't going to be too excited about what you have to say. The other thing is that content stays up as long as you want. So you can put it up there, and chances are you're never going to take it down. You put up the content, so it's evergreen. It's like people are always going to be able to go back and see that. There's also a chance to get SEO traffic. Not a huge opportunity there for your particular business, but there's still a chance that you build a large amount of content out there. People are going to start to find it online. Now, the resources, the initial setup can be time consuming. But what you want to do, a good blogging program is set up so that you batch your posts. You have the same kind of message that you're sending out. Let's say if you're sending out a motivational Monday message, talking about what to do this week, or maybe it's around the holidays, it's how to stay healthy during the holidays or whatever. You take your content and you batch it so you can post. It looks like you're posting every day. Actually, you put together 10 messages on one day, had someone else do it. And it just comes up one at a time. So it can be automated in that way. The other thing with blogging, it can be really inexpensive. You can go out to GoDaddy, you can go out and set up a WordPress site for almost nothing. The hosting, if you're paying more than $5, $6, $7 a month for hosting, you're paying too much because you can get it for for really cheap, especially for the kinds of content that you are looking for. You're not going to have huge amounts of traffic, but you're going to need it to look professional. The other thing on here is that one of the strengths is that it builds your authority. Almost everything we're talking about here, I'm going to be talking about, does show that all of this builds your authority. It shows that you know what you're doing. If you have your own blog with regular articles that people can read, and it makes a difference in their lives, they're going to be more connected to you. Strategy number 4, Facebook groups. Now, everyone here, I'm sure, is already on Facebook. You probably already belong to several groups. One of the great things about groups is that groups can be really motivational, and they can spread information. You can also give recognition to people that reach certain milestones in the group for other people to recognize. It also gives the option for people to ask questions. And the real beauty here is that you can monitor it. You can be the moderator, and you can control the message that goes out there. But what happens is the other group members will also provide information. And that's a great thing, to have that kind of validation from other people. Now, I'd recommend you use this after you have an established group. You don't want to go out and have a Facebook group with 3 people in it. So after you have enough of an audience, enough of a clientele, enough of a client base out there, then you can go out and you can create a Facebook group. But it can be a great way to build authority and to share information. The strengths of Facebook groups is everyone's on Facebook, almost. And like I was saying, it builds authority. It shows that you are interested in creating resources for people to use to help them in their life. And it lets people learn from each other. So you don't have to be the only one providing the information, but it can be more of an engagement tool for others. Now, the resources, it's easy to set up once you're on Facebook. You probably already have a Facebook fan page or want to create one. Fan page is different than your personal profile. You don't want to run everything through your personal profile. You want to have a business fan page. But once you have a profile on Facebook, you're able to create groups. Now, moderation can ensure that you have quality content and not spam. A lot of groups, you're probably in groups where it's all just spam messages. Well, they're probably not moderated groups. So you can moderate them so that the messaging is appropriate. Strategy number 5, Twitter. Now, Twitter is a little different. Now, remember, we're talking about connecting with people so that they like what you're doing. You're making an impact on their life. And because of that impact, they're going to stay with you longer. The retention is going to increase. Now, Twitter is much like texting, but with more automation options. Texting meaning that it's short little messages, and you can send out a lot of messages. So you can send out messages, and people are more accepting of Twitter messages. People are going to read Twitter feeds more than they're going to feel more comfortable following you on Twitter than opting into your text until they get to know you a little bit better, maybe. But also, there's less chance of them seeing them than with texting. So Twitter doesn't replace texting. Twitter is something that you can use primarily for motivation. It's one of its big strengths. You can send out motivational messages on Twitter that are then shared by others outside your group. But you can also distribute content that, from your blog. So if you put up a post on your blog about a certain technique or a certain recipe or whatever it is that fits your particular client base, you could put links on Twitter that go back to your blog to drive traffic back there. Also, with Twitter, it builds your authority. If people go out there and see you have a few hundred, maybe a couple thousand followers on Twitter, it adds to your credibility as someone that is an authority in this space of making people more healthy. Now, the resources, it's pretty easy to be on Twitter. You just sign up and you're off and running. But the good thing is you can create the messages in batches and then have an automated program, something like Hootsuite or TweetDeck, or there are different programs out there. Most of them are free. I don't recommend you spend a lot of money on this. And you're able to put posts out there, put tweets out there on a regular basis. Now, a lot of people are like, well, how many tweets should I do? If you have a small follower base, if you have a few hundred people maybe out there, I would do no more than one every couple of hours at the most going out there. But what you can do is you can do a lot more than you would think. It's not like you put out one message and you think everyone's going to read it. It's not how it works. It goes by too quickly. So you can put out multiple messages. You do not put the same message in there multiple times. You're going to have to vary it a little bit, but you can send out a lot of messages. And again, with links back to your blog, to your other content. And again, the really good thing is that Twitter can be used for motivation. Strategy number 6, Instagram. Now, there's a really good chance you're on Instagram. Not as many people I find are on Instagram as much as Twitter, and certainly not Facebook, but it's growing and a lot of people are out there. Now, the best thing for Instagram, of course, is all image-based, so you're sending out images, but it's really good for inspirational messages out there. So if you can ask people who are your clients to follow you on Instagram. And when they do that, then they're going to be getting the ability to see the pictures that you post there. The pictures, inspirational quotes. There's a lot of tools out there online on your phone. You can create quotes, all kinds of things, really easy to do. And you post them out there on Instagram. It's also on Instagram. It's pretty easy to build a large audience. Same thing on Twitter. Twitter's fairly easy to go out there and build a large audience. But Instagram, particularly with the images, I think there's you can also do short video now. But with the images, you can be very inspirational. Strengths. It builds authority. It shows that you know what you're doing. If people see that, oh yeah, you're also on Instagram, then they're going to be like, well, maybe this guy, maybe this girl knows what. Gal knows what they're doing out there. Inspirational messages are the key. And the reason that you send them out there is you want people to stay aware of you. The more that they're aware of you, that they like what it is that you're doing, the chances are they're going to stick with you longer. Now, the resources, you create the images in batches, and then you post them daily. There's some automation available for this as well, just like there is for Twitter. But use Instagram primarily for motivation. Strategy number 7, YouTube. YouTube videos. Videos are a great way to introduce yourself and let people get to know you more. Now, again, you're in a different situation than, let's say, someone who's just building an online business, because you already meet with people on a regular basis, face to face, so they already know you. But videos are a great way to let people see even more of you. And YouTube can be great for instructional videos. We talked about Twitter and Instagram being a little bit higher on the ability to send out motivational messages. You're not sending out motivational YouTube videos as much. But what you can do is you can provide instructional videos. So if you're a fitness trainer and there's a particular exercise, there's going to be a million different things that you can film and put out there for exercises, for recipes, for training, whatever it is, boot camps, whatever it is that you do, you're going to be able to come up with instructional videos. Now, what's really important here is that YouTube is the second largest search engine out there after Google. So people go to YouTube to look for all kinds of things. You probably do it. I know I do it. Go out there and it's like, well, how do you do this? Well, go look for a YouTube video. So a lot of people are out there searching. Now, does this lead to retention? Not directly. It's more on the acquisition side of things. You want people that don't know you to find you using search on there. But again, it's also going to build that authority. All of this stuff builds authority. Videos, however, are a cut above everything else in building authority. It shows that you know what it is that you're doing because people can see you doing it. Instructional videos are perfect here. The other thing you can do with YouTube videos is you can answer questions that you're always answering. There's always going to be questions that come up. And if you can have videos out there that give a good answer, a video of you giving an answer, you don't necessarily have to go through the answer over and over again for each individual person. But in many cases, you can say, go check out the, here's a quick answer. And if you want more, go check out my YouTube video at this link, sort of thing. So you can, over time, you'll develop a lot of videos out there. They're easier to create than you might think. You may already be doing videos. There's a really good chance you've already done some kind of video with your phone. So they're easy to create, and you don't have to be professional. Do not overthink this. That's what keeps more people off YouTube, is because they think, oh, I just don't, it's just that they're a perfectionist when it comes to their videos. And that's not the thing to do. Just go at the point, shoot, put it up there, get used to it, do a lot of them so you start to get more comfortable. If you haven't done videos before, trust me, it's the easiest thing in the world to start doing. And you can also create them in batches. Now, one of the things you can do is on your content, you don't need to create a blog post, a Twitter post, and a video separately. Do them all together. So if you have one particular topic, you want to talk about losing weight by drinking smoothies, whatever it is, create a blog post and a video, put the video on your blog post and link that in your Twitter posts. Create, 3 or 4 Twitter posts talking about that, linking to your blog post or to YouTube. So you can create them in batches. The other great thing is videos last forever. So you can put the videos out there, and you're just going to be continually building up that library of videos out there. The resources that you need here, use your phone. Your phone has a great camera on it, probably a really good microphone. What I do is I did get a little tripod. Just a little cheapy $8 tripod off of Amazon, I think. And so that it looks steady, but just use your phone. And what I always tell people is just create a lot of videos. Now, obviously, I'm not saying post every video you make, but create a lot of videos so that you start to feel comfortable doing it. Strategy number 8. This is actually one of the more exciting things to do. Live streaming. Now, what is live streaming? It's where you go onto Periscope, Meerkat, Blab. These are the platforms. It's one of the newest things out there. And what you're basically doing is broadcasting from your phone. One of the things you can do is do daily wake-up calls. Every morning, depending on your time zone, maybe 8 o'clock in your time zone, you get on there and you talk about what you're going to be doing that day, what other people can be doing that day. Now, these broadcasts don't have to be long. In fact, if they are long, people are going to lose interest. So you make them really short, to the point, and people get to know you. You can have all kinds of content out on there. You can instructional, motivational, whatever you want it to be. Just picture it as a video that's being broadcast out there. It also is saved, so you can then you can save it. You can download it, put that same video up on your blog, so you can reuse that content. And the best way to figure out how to use live streaming, I found out, is to find others that are already using it. Watch other people doing their live streaming. See what works. See what doesn't work. See what you like. See who's getting a big audience out there that is similar to the audience you would like to attract. So find other people that are already doing that. Now, the strength is this builds authority in spades. This is one of the best ways. It's like, okay, you do live streaming. Wow. And it doesn't take much effort to do it. It's so easy to do. You just point and shoot. And once you start doing them, you'll see that you'll see exactly what it is that I mean. Now, the really important thing about live streaming versus YouTube videos, which you can see there's some similarities here, but for building authority, for getting people to know you, you have the opportunity for engagement. People can ask you questions. People can give you recognition, give you little hearts, whatever it is. But best of all, people can engage with you. People are going to be asking you questions. So you can right there, you can answer questions. That engagement is gold. That's exactly what you want. Then, like I said, you post the video to your blog for additional content. Now, your resources, you need your phone, and for Periscope anyway, most of these they're tied to Twitter in a way that you have a Twitter account that is tied to your Periscope account, as an example. But just like video, start doing a lot, and you'll get comfortable. I really recommend you do it on a regular schedule, every day at the same time. so that people know when you're going to be around. Live streaming is global, so people are on there from all over the world. So people, and again, I mean, people in, in Europe are not going to be really good clients for you at your local gym, but you can still, you'll find that there are local people as well that will be on there. So really builds authority. The two things on here are more than, I'd recommend more than anything else: email and live streaming. Two easiest things and two of the most productive things. Bottom line, learn what your clients use now. So if your clients, maybe your clients are older, maybe they don't use Instagram and Facebook as much, then concentrate more on email. Maybe your clientele is younger. Maybe they don't do email, but as much as they do other social media. So get to know what your clients are using now. The theory here is that you're not trying to get your clients to do something they're not already doing. You're trying to be in front of them on a platform that they're already using. It's what's going to build authority, build your relationship, and they're going to stick around longer. Now, I'm not going to be here forever. I really appreciate you spending a little bit of time here. The big idea, though, here is the number one driver of retention for health industry entrepreneurs. It's going to be results. When you're working with your clients, whether they're brand new, whether they've been with you for a while, the one thing that you have to provide is results. So if they're getting positive results from what it is they're doing, and again, depends on what business that you're in, but if they see those results, they're going to stick with you. The other side of that is, if they're not seeing results, are they going to stick with you? Probably not. Clients are going to be your clients for longer if they're getting the results they were seeking. Are they feeling better about themselves? Are they getting more fit? Are they improving their health? Are they losing weight, if that's your program out there? Feeling better about themselves will make them want to continue, right? It only makes sense. So anything that you can do that improves their results, their ability to get the results that they're seeking, that's going to help with your retention. Now, one of the most successful and one of the most profitable ways to achieve results is to offer an integrated wellness, nutrition, weight loss program. Now, you're already working with people who are interested in improving their health. There's a really good chance that you can offer them additional, if you're not already doing it, additional products that are that will help them get their results. For example, for weight loss, if you are working with people in a gym and they're trying to lose weight, if they have a weight loss nutrition program that they can use along with your training, they're going to see results. They're going to see results faster. They're going to be more satisfied. They're going to stick with you longer. Now, at the same time, you can sell the products and make money, as well as provide them with things that are that will help them get the results. Thinking of your business for a minute here. So what are some of the business challenges that are facing you in your business? Do you have a loss of clients due to unrealistic expectations of immediate results? How many times has this happened? If someone comes to your gym or someone comes to whatever, and they want things done right now. And if they don't see things happening right now, then they lose interest and they move on to the next new fad. Well, it's going to happen all the time. Another business challenge can be that you're limited in growth to your one location and its four walls. So let's say if you have a gym, let's say you're a fitness trainer at a gym, say you have a physical therapy practice, a massage spa, a wellness spa, any place where you have one location. So you're kind of tied to the growth that's possible in that one location. Also, if you have a retail location, if you have a physical location, you have overhead costs, and they're always going up. You also have high staff turnover, and you have marketing and advertising costs. And let's face it, in all of the businesses that we're talking about here, you're always going to be competing against the next hot fad that's out there. Some of you may be working with the latest hot fad, but they come and go. So the better that the more products, the more services that you can offer, the more likely you're going to keep those customers as your clients. So with these current business challenges, a good wellness program can create a new income stream. It can let you expand beyond your four walls. It can increase client retention, and it can give you more opportunity to grow your health-related business. Now, there are a lot of different programs out there. I'm not here. I didn't invite you to this webinar so I could start doing a sell job on a particular program. That's not why we're here. There's a lot of programs out there. You want to make sure that you pick the right one. Now, there's one that I do promote, that I do use, but I'm not going to be talking about it here. What I really would like you to do, if it's something that's of interest to you, and again, one of the things that you're going to find here, I'm not trying to force anything on you, but for some of you people, and you know who you are, if it's something that's like, yeah, I've been meaning to look into a wellness program and see if it's something that can fit in with my existing business. If that's you, what I would really like to offer you to do is that, number one, watch the video that I have up on beinghealthyforlife.com. You can write that down. Being Healthy for Life, FORlife.com. Go there and you can watch the integrated wellness video. It's the program that I've been promoting that's been very successful in helping people build their health-related business. Now, after watching the video, let's connect and talk one-on-one. You already know more about me. I don't know as much about you. And again, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to hard sell you anything. I'm putting an offer out there, really looking for people that want to pick up the ball and say, yes, I want to know more. Watch the video. After the video, get in touch with me. When you watch the video, there's a contact button there, or you can always reach me. The email here is tleonard, TLEONARD, at leftmarketing.com, leftmarketing.com, or just pick up the phone, 747-333-8789. Been getting a lot of calls, so if it goes to the message machine, leave a time that I can get back to you. Now, probably going to send you a couple of emails with this information in it. One of the things that you're going to find is I'm not going to spam you to death with come join my program, come join my program, come join my program. I'm putting the offer out there. I'm looking for people who are interested in learning more and having a one-on-one conversation. And again, the conversation is to see if it's something that works for both of us. So watch the video at Being Healthy for Life, then pick up the phone, send me an email, and let's connect and see if it's something that might work for your program. Back on retention and the online strategies that I talked about. I hope that made some sense for you. I'm not trying to sell you any kind of great Twitter program here that will automate all this for you. If there's any questions on any of that, also feel free to give me a call. I'm always happy to give some advice. And again, I'm definitely not selling you any marketing automation programs there. That's not the business that I'm in. I'm interested in finding people that are interested in bringing a wellness program into their existing business and using that as a tool for retention, because a good wellness program can get people's clients to actually see results. That's what's key to building your business. So hope this made some sense. I really appreciate you taking a little bit of time. You can send me an email, go watch the video at beinghealthyforlife.com, and I will talk to you soon. This is Tom Leonard talking to you from Burbank, California.